If we're getting more characters, more fighter passes, and more game modes, what could they be? Block content. What's happening, my Block buddies, and welcome to a brand new episode of Blocked Content. My name is Kellum, and this is going to be your content for today. Well, it looks like we might be getting a little bit more Smash than we even bargained for, which is totally crazy. We're living in a world where Super Smash Bros. Ultimate is out. It's got an amazing amount of characters. I'm so happy for that, but it looks like we might even get a little bit more if one of the recent leaks and data mines is to be believed. So I'm really curious what characters you guys want in the game. I've looked over a lot of you guys' comments. I'll be going into some in-depth looks at your comments too. As for now, for those of you who like giveaways, we are giving away a Piranha Plant plushie. Remember to like this video, subscribe to Block Content, and comment down below to enter for the giveaway at 50k. Alright, let's get into this. I've actually made a list that compiles a lot of you guys' ideas together, right? We very recently got the leaked data mine that was like, hey, there are a lot of character slots in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate's code. These are reserved for characters within World of Light, and Piranha Plant was already one of them, and of course Joker will be one of them as well. And it leaves place for about 15 to 16 characters, which of course, one of them is Piranha Plant, so 15 characters, 5 characters per fighter pass, which would mean that we would be getting 3 fighter passes if all of them include 5 characters, which totally is the case here. So a fighter pass includes 5 characters. All these characters are, of course, then getting music and a stage with them, which is insane to think about. We're getting 5 more Smash stages. But if this data mine holds any truth, it does mean we are getting a whole lot more. So I've compiled a lot of you guys' evidence, a lot of you guys' theories, and just the general love for the Smash community, and I've compiled it all together. I'll talk about it a little bit here. I'm really curious to hear what you guys' favorite characters for Smash are, and if there are any game modes that you guys really want to see in future updates. One of the things, and I've talked about this on the Speculative Realism podcast, it was actually an hour ago, which will go up very soon. I'm very excited about that one. We talked there about Smash Bros. Ultimate is actually one of the most rare and unique cases within gaming ever. I mean, Smash Bros. Ultimate, everyone is here. It's just something like that will never ever happen again in our lives. So it's really something special. So I think it does actually make sense that Sakurai wants to stretch that out a whole lot, that he just wants to have as much characters as possible in that game. So maybe this is his big exit, right? Maybe we don't even have Reggie, taking a break, and Reggie, passing on the baton to someone else within the president of Nintendo of America. But now we might see Sakurai's exit too after Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. So it's like 2 heroes gone. That'd be really sad. But I think that this is the most opportune time to have the Smash game that functions as a platform. So we talked about earlier, like, we all thought Mario Odyssey and Breath of the Wild, Zelda game, were going to be platforms, right? They're going to build upon those worlds and add more content to them. They didn't really end up doing that, and I feel like it's a lot more lucrative to make sequels to those games, right? I mean, use the same engine, update a lot of things, and just make a new game. But for Smash Brothers, it makes the most sense to just have one per console, and for this game especially, because we got all those dream characters, and we got all those favorites back. We got Pichu, we got Ice Climbers, we got Snake back finally, so it makes the most sense to roll with this game. So that's why I think the Fighters Pass, like the 3 Fighter Pass thing, makes the most sense. Like, it actually does kind of make sense, and if Nintendo wants to push Smash Bros. Ultimate even more throughout the life cycle of the Switch, I think that it's not a really weird idea. Thinking about 3 fighter passes, it is a lot. It would be 15 characters to add to Super Smash Bros., which is a huge deal, and it brings like the final amount up to something like 90. It's crazy to think about, but thinking in terms of the Switch having a long, shelf life, so a new Smash Bros. Is not on the horizon, but adding characters could be the way to keep it alive. And also, for Nintendo, it would basically be, at the end of the road, that DLC together would cost more than the price of the game itself. So it would be extremely smart to just develop new characters, put all the effort on the new characters, and that would just basically pay for like more Smash games, essentially, for them. So I don't think it's a weird idea at all. What I think they'll end up doing is do these big updates, right? So we're getting 3.0, which is an update that I believe will not only get a new character, which is Joker, and a stage, and of course course, maybe alternate costume with the new character from the new Persona 5 update. But also, I feel like we're not, music, all that stuff. But I feel like we're getting game modes. We've seen that blurred image. It kind of looks like we're getting some sort of stage builder thing. It's been in the data mine that actually Stage Builder and Home Run Contest have been found to have help pages, so they've been actually described within the code of Smash Bros. Ultimate, so that's basically a shoe-in. There was an idea that I had where it's maybe they'll use Home Run Contest for this one, and they have Stage Builder there for maybe a 4.0 update where they'll roll out the second character and stuff like that. So that's all, it's all grain of salt stuff, but I feel like this could be a really great opportunity for Nintendo to create a platform of Smash Brothers, right? Have 5 characters, 5 stages, whole bunch of music, and then have a game mode or maybe 2. So I've created these ideas for the 3 Fighter Pass to kind of give you guys an idea of how this would essentially flow. I've included a lot of you guys' ideas in there. If your idea is not in there, please put them down in the comments because I want to talk about this a whole lot more in the future. So my idea, first Fighter Pass number 1. The first character makes sense because we all know who it is. It's Joker from Persona 5, coming with the stage, Memento stage. Completely makes sense. The second character I believe we're getting, and this one, everybody's kind of talking about this one, it's Erdrick from, of course, the Dragon Quest series. So the generic hero character, the hero that everyone talks about in the games, I feel like that makes so much sense. Alternate costumes, so you can dress up as, different heroes from the Dragon Quest. So it's basically a character that represents that franchise and not just a single game, not just a single character. I think it would be great. I think the artwork would be awesome. I think the spirits that could come with that character could be awesome. And in terms of stage, I don't have any clear ideas because they could pull from so many things. But yeah, Erdrick for me makes so much sense for in Fighter Pass number 1. Now, for the next ones, all these crazy ideas about Steve from Minecraft or the Marine, the Doom guy, those I've not included those characters here. I feel like we're getting a lot more down-to-earth kind of stuff. What I think would make sense and is a third-party character and makes sense to be on Switch and on Super Smash Bros. Ultimate and an icon of gaming is Crash Bandicoot. I think that Crash, include him in Fighters Pass 1, that's just a home run. It's great, and no pun intended with home run there, but Crash I feel would fit the bill because we got Crash Bandicoot, of course, the collection, the Insane Trilogy on Switch, which is awesome, and we would never thought that would happen in the PlayStation days when they were like fighting against each other, Sony and Nintendo. But I feel Crash would fit very well. Great moveset potential. I've actually animated a moveset for Crash back in the day when I did the Smash fan game, so there's a whole lot to go there. And of course, having a great stage with Crash, great music, a jungle kind of vibe. Yeah, perfect. I think that would really, really fit. Now, another character that I feel makes just sense. It's not one of my favorite characters at all, but I just think that it does make sense in terms of, if Joker from Persona 5 is in, this character would probably have a chance to, and that's Travis Touchdown. Of course, No More Heroes character has this blade, this sort of like laser sword blade. I think it's called a beam katana, and I feel like it would make sense, these wrestling moves, a couple of cool takedowns, and that sword actually is pretty awesome. So this character makes sense with a partnership that Nintendo has. So I would say count Travis Touchdown in. I think it's a touchdown. So the last character for the first Fighter Pass, I've gathered all the information. I think that this one makes a lot of sense because we're going with a general theme of third party here, right? Here, what I think would be great is Sora. So yeah, we have Erdrick, but I feel like Sora would also completely make sense. Having the 2 of them in there probably wouldn't happen, but Sora from Kingdom Hearts, we have Kingdom Hearts 3 that came out that is amazing, missing a few little tiny things, but it might of course get like a final mix, like an update or something. Sora to me is a character that feels very at home at Nintendo. It is, we got the Game Boy Advance games, of course, but it's also this really cool idea where this character represents sort of Disney without having Disney in it. So we don't really need Goofy and Donald in the final Smash, or Sora. I don't think it'll happen at all because of the rights issues, but I feel like in some way the child, the playfulness really fits with Smash Brothers. So I would want to see Sora in. Makes complete sense. And if we have to pick between Erdrick and Sora, I would hands down go for Sora. That's great. terms of game modes, I think we're going to get Stage Builder and Home Run Contest. I'm just going to call it. I think that if we're going to get game modes with Fighter Pass 1, it's crazy that we're talking Fighter Pass 1, right? I would say Stage Builder and Home Run Contest. That, with that Datamine leak, this makes the most sense. The idea for Fighter Pass 2, they all kind of get themes, right? The first one is, these pristine kind of third-party partnerships. The Fighter Pass number 2 is, these, great number 2s or these great, partners. And I feel like one of them is a little bit of an exception to the rule. The first one that we have dotted down here for Fighter Pass number 2 is Rayman. Now, Rayman has, of course, appeared in Smash Bros. Ultimate as a spirit, a very, very annoying spirit, if I might add. Took me a lot of tries to get it. But I think Rayman completely makes sense. The partnership with Nintendo and Ubisoft, I think the game Mario plus Rabbids, that's of course that same kind of universe. And a lot of people want Rayman. That's of course why the spirit is in there. That's why Rayman had a trophy in Smash Bros. For Wii U. So Rayman it is. The next character is the perfect number 2. I feel like if we have Luigi in the game, then we should also have Tails in there for Sonic. Yeah, a lot of people in the comments were talking about Tails. I feel like Tails makes sense. I think Tails would be a great character. I like Tails. I've loved playing in the Tails levels in Sonic Adventure 2 Battle. I feel like Tails should kind of bring some inventions. I don't think he should be in any vehicle, but I think that he should definitely have moves that include like mechanic things, like guns, like different sorts of traps and stuff like that. I think that really is what Tails' character evolved into being. And maybe his final smash could involve either his biplane, or maybe it could involve his big robot suit from the Adventure 2 Battle game. So, with the annoying beep and everything. I think Tails is great. Sonic! And then we have, for another character, I thought this would be great. It's not really a sidekick or anything, but it's, we have Mega Man in the game. I think that if we have Rayman, Tails, then we should also have another character for that Mega Man franchise. And I think it would be great to have Mega Man X, just to have X in the game. And, a moveset close to Mega Man in terms of, the general speed and the general idea. But, of course, Mega Man X is a lot more powerful, maybe a little bit slower as a character, too. Or maybe you could go a different route and make him a little bit weaker, faster attacks, and faster overall speed. I think X would be a great character and would make a lot of people very, very happy. The next character is from the Metal Gear Solid franchise, and I think it would make the most sense. It's also already an assist trophy, but I think this would just make sense. Maybe they could make it happen. It's Cyborg Ninja. Maybe we could get Raiden in there. That'd be really fun to play as Raiden because he was already in PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale, but this is a character that, from all the characters in that Metal Gear universe, makes the most sense to be in Smash. That sword could definitely be translated to a great moveset. And the final character for the Fighter Pass 2 is Blanka. I just thought this character from the Street Fighter universe, but is also very fun, could be handled a little bit lighthearted, and would be a great heavy character. We don't really get any heavy characters in the idea for the Fighter Pass 1 and the rest of Fighter Pass 2, so I feel like a heavy character would be great, and Blanka would definitely fit the bill. And who wouldn't want to see a battle between like Blanka and Donkey Kong or something? That'd be awesome. I think in terms of game modes, they would be centered around targets. So I think if we were getting 2 game modes, it would be Target Smash and then Target Blast. Just copy-paste that over. For the people that did love it, just, copy-paste it over and give us a few Target Smash levels. They could be pre-made levels that every character can go through. I don't think that they'll make them for every single character. That's just too insane. If we are getting 90 characters, that's just, don't even start. It's totally crazy. But I think that having Target Smash in there with a couple of tiers, maybe 4 levels or 5 levels, and then Target Blast, which is, I think, 3 levels or something like that, I'm totally in for that. So it'll be Rayman, Tails, Mega Man X, Cyborg Ninja, Blanka, and then, of course, we'd have Target Smash, Target Blast. Now we're on to Fighter Pass number 3. The ideas from all of you guys from our previous video. Thank you so much for sending them in. This was really difficult, and there are some that are not really set in stone, but the first one, and, I think the general idea here is like wishful thinking. It's like the big stars, the things that people really, really want. The top of the list, it makes sense. It's Geno from Super Mario RPG. This is one of the most wanted characters ever. It's the Puppet Fighter. It's a character that people have wanted for such a long time. So much moveset potential. already had a Mii Fighter costume, has a Spirit in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, but it has no Mii Fighter costume yet. So I could see this happening very, very likely. And if Fighters Pass 3 is how long we have to wait for Geno, then I'll still be happy. And the next character, very similar to that, also has an assist trophy, is Skull Kid. Now, I feel if we're going to get a character from the Zelda universe, there are a lot of options, right? We could be getting some Breath of the Wild kind of characters, the champions. We could even be getting a character like Impa. I think that would make sense too. But yeah, if we are looking at characters that fans really want, it's to turn Skull Kid into a character from an assist trophy status. So that's why I put that one there. The next one is one that we also did a Snake Codec on. It's really great and a lot of fun. And this character is from the Kirby franchise. A lot of you guys want this character, and it's Bandana Waddle Dee. Now, this character uses Spear, has a cool bandana, and it's just a fun character. I feel like a moveset with a spear could have a lot of different properties that we don't really already have in Smash. So that alone, I would be for the idea of having Bandana Dee as a character in Smash. And it's one of those things that people really want. I feel like Bandana Dee isn't quite the status of a DDD or a Meta Knight or a Kirby, but yeah, if you throw him in there in the Fighters Pass, the final one, it makes sense. Now, I think the next one is difficult. It'll be a character from Pokemon. It'll be one of the new Pokemon from, of course, Pokemon Sword and Pokemon Shield. And I think if I have to do a prediction right now, it could be the final evolved form of Grookey, the grass starter. We, of course, at this moment of recording, have no idea what that character looks like. We don't know which one of the starters would end up being the most interesting character of the bunch to appear in Smash Brothers. But I feel like we're already having Greninja, which is the final water evolved. We are already having Charizard, which is the final fire evolved. And we are, of course, just had Incineroar. So I feel like we need some grass stuff in here. Decidueye was a big favorite for people, but maybe the final Grookey evolution would fit that bill. So I'm very excited about that one. Really want to know what that character looks like. And then the final one, and of course, a lot of you block buddies have been talking about this character or these characters, and that is drumroll. It's Banjo-Kazooie. Yeah, this pair is just my favorite. I really, really would want Banjo and Kazooie to be in Smash Brothers. It'd be crazy awesome to see that moveset. I want the characters to look a little bit different from their Nuts and Bolts incarnation. I thought that redesign was not on point, not too much, and I feel like if they went back to their original form a little bit, maybe a bit more like their key art from Rare, yeah, I would be totally happy. Totally down for that. So Banjo-Kazooie could be the final announced characters. If we are getting 3 Fighters Passes, then ending with Banjo-Kazooie would just be fireworks. I think people would go insane over Banjo-Kazooie. Just think about the level, maybe Spiral Mountain or something. Think about all the crazy music, even from Banjo-Tooie. Man, I would be the first in line for Banjo-Kazooie in Smash. And then in terms of game modes, I actually think that maybe we could be getting an addition to World of Light. Think about it, World of Light, Spirit Serenade, or something like that. So maybe we could be getting a new world in World of Light. So maybe an added dark world, World of Darkness or something like that, or maybe just a new playing field. So we have a lot more spirits added that go with, of course, all these new characters, all these 15 new characters in Piranha Plant, have all these new levels to play with and all these forms. You'll have 15 new stages that all come with Final Destination and Battlefield forms. So all these new spirits, every character comes with spirit, all this new music. So that could definitely warrant a new area to World of Light. Maybe it's not even a big area. Maybe it's very difficult. Maybe it's like one of those, hey, this is just the difficult part. If you're up for it, download it. But I feel like it would not take all that much development time because it's still spirit battles. You just have to paint a map, basically. And they could already have done that and then just add some great spirit battles with the new fighters. I feel like that would make sense. Feel that would be really awesome. And if they are doing 3 Fighter Pass, again, I think it is very unlikely because it's so much development time. And I think that they might be planning for a new Smash game instead, for maybe a more powerful Switch. But we'll talk about Switch forms very soon. So to recap, Fighters Pass 1, Joker, Erdrick, Crash, Travis Touchdown, and Sora. Game modes would be Stage Builder and Home Run Contest. Fighters Pass 2 would be Rayman, Tails, Mega Man X, Cyborg Ninja, and Blanca. The game modes would be Target Smash and Target Blast. Fighters Pass 3 would be Geno, Skull Kid, Final Grookey Evolution, Bandana Waddle Dee, and Banjo-Kazooie. And the game modes would be a World of Light sequel, Spirit Serenade, or something like that. Anyway, I'm really curious what you guys think will be added to Super Smash Bros. Are we getting more fighter passes? Are we getting 15 characters and stages? That'd be totally insane. If you have any ideas, put them down below. I'll discuss them in the next video. This video ran for a bit longer than I had intended it, but thank you guys so much for watching. Remember, if you're not yet a member of the Block Content family yet, please hit that subscribe button, because all the news, all the fun, all the theories, everything will be delivered daily to you. Thank you guys so much for watching. It's been so great hanging with you guys the last few days, and we're going to get some more great content to you in the coming days. So I'll see you around the corner where there's always more blocked content. See you guys.